have noise coming up in your background and you want to turn your audio off, then you're welcome to do that as well. So I'll invite you, actually, we'll start today in a reclined position. So if you want to just lie down on your mat, I don't need to see you. You can just listen to my voice. And you can choose to have your knees bent with your feet flat on the floor, or lie straight in Shavasana, or remain in seated if you would prefer that this morning for our centering. But taking time just to arrive, feeling your breath rise and fall in your belly. Letting go of whatever it took to arrive here this morning. 9 o'clock on a Saturday morning at the end of May means that a lot may have already happened in your day. And you may have a lot on your mind for the rest of your day. Can you take a deep breath here, and with the exhale, let go of all of that planning. Let go of the lists. Arrive here in this moment. We'll be talking today, especially in our breath practice at the end, about balance of the moon and the sun energies. The moon, the feminine, and the sun, the masculine energies. Each are so important for our well-being when they're in balance. But we often tend to get pulled more in one direction or another. Both have positive elements and negative elements. Moon energy taps into joy, compassion, and nurturing. The negative aspects of moon energy can be depression and grief, low self-esteem. Sun energy taps into our strength, our active physical and mental states, helps us plan and stay organized. And when out of balance, can emphasize greed, selfishness, ego. So how can we bring these two so important sides of each and every one of us into balance? And taking time for yourself to do a yoga practice or go for a walk or work in the garden and slow down. These are all nurturing practices that help us come back into balance. And we each know what it is for us. So taking the time to acknowledge our own inner wisdom and finding our balance. Today, as we work with some postures to strengthen our core, which really activates that third chakra of power and strength, can be the tendency to be more masculine energy. We'll really play with how can we activate our strength and soften around it at the same time. So taking in these words from Kaveri Patel in her poem called Thanking a Monkey. There's a monkey in my mind, swinging on a trapeze, reaching back to the past or leaning into the future, never standing still. Sometimes I want to kill that monkey, shoot it square between the eyes so I won't have to think anymore or feel the pain of worry. But today I thanked her, and she jumped down straight into my lap, trapeze still swinging as we sat still. So you may find through our practice today that your mind, busy monkey mind, wanders off back into planning mode, or maybe gets stuck in judgment or ego mode. And can you invite that monkey back into your lap and thank her for working so hard to try to keep you organized and on the path. But also invite her to sit still for a while. So if you're not in reclined position right now, I invite you in to lie down and start moving gently, windshield wipering the legs back and forth, allowing the knees to drop to one side and then the other. Inviting some slow movement into your hips. Into your thighs. You may drop just your right knee towards the floor, keeping the left knee pointed towards the ceiling, inviting a deeper stretch into the right hip and psoas. And then switching that, dropping the left knee, maybe walking the foot out to the left a little bit to allow that left psoas to open. Left arm might come out towards the left. Breathing here. And then knees back to center, a few more windshield wipers. And then knees lift. Making circles on your sacrum. The knees make little circles on the ceiling. First in one direction. The circles might be very small. You might explore how tiny can you make this movement. And then that movement might get bigger. And then legs stretch out long on your mat and arms move overhead, straight overhead. So you're in a standing mountain pose. Feet are engaged, fingers are engaged. Really take a big stretch on the right side and then on the left side. Waking up the side body here. On an inhale, left knee moves towards the chest and hands clasp either on top or behind that left knee. And add some of those little gentle circles here, inviting movement into this left hip flexor. Make it work in your body. What does your body need right now? Inhaling, arms extend, left leg extends. Exhale, right knee to chest. Taking your own organic movements here. Inhale, arms and legs extend. Exhale, left knee comes to chest. Finding that nice stretch and then backing off just a little bit to see where do I go into my habit pattern here. Do I really clamp down like this is the only time I'm ever going to really get to stretch this leg? I got to make it really, really worth it. Can you back off on that and allow more life force and energy to flow? And then left leg extends towards the ceiling. Let's roll out that left ankle. You can hold behind the left knee if that feels good. You can bend the right knee here if you need a little support in your low back. And then left leg lowers very slowly here. Left leg lowers towards the floor. Starting to wake up some of those deep core muscles. And then inhale, arms lift overhead. Exhale, right knee to the chest. Notice right away, can I invite some softening here and still have an awesome stretch? Right foot extends towards the ceiling, rolling out that right ankle. Inhaling, exhaling, lowering your right leg to the floor. Slow race. How slow can you go to get that leg to the floor? Left foot stays engaged. Feeling right here, engagement of deep core muscles. And then knees come to the chest. And if it works in your body, to do some gentle rocking forward and back. Waking up the spinal muscles on either side of the spinal cord. And then landing, hands come behind the knees. And we'll start by lifting first the left leg, and right away feel that your core engage just with the left leg lifting, and then left leg release, right foot lifts, toes point, feeling hip flexor, core muscles here, and then inhaling, both legs lift into a modified boat pose. Arms can come to the side or stay here if you need protection on your low back. Imagine you have a beach ball and you're moving your beach ball to the left side of your mat. Inhaling to center, beach ball comes to the right, to center. One more time, to the left and to the right. Take a break. Feet come together in cobbler pose and just release however much you want to release forward here, releasing the work of that core exercise, allowing your drop to your chest. We'll roll back up. And again, take it in stages here, finding a nice straight, strong back where your shoulders are coming back down on your back. And even in this position, sitting upright in this V position, feeling your core engage. Left leg lifts, right leg lifts, arms to the side. You may stay here with your hands behind your knees. Twisting to the left. Inhaling to center, exhaling to the right, center, inhale to the left. Feel it. We've got the beach. It's a beach day, guys. We need our beach ball, working our core, feeling the fire. And when you know it's ready to stop, hands come behind the legs. Let's cross the left leg in front of the right. And again, walking your hands out as far as feels okay in your body for a stretch in the backs of your legs. Inhaling here, chin can drop. Coming back to center, rolling back on your hips, switching the cross of your legs. So now right leg comes in front of left. And this might be enough in your hips, but if you have a little ways to go, walking your hands out in front, allowing your chin to drop towards your chest. Maybe swaying a little bit from side to side here. Gentle movements. And then taking your time to roll onto your hands and knees. We'll start opening the back side of the body through some cat-cow postures. So inhaling, back arches into cat pose, chin to chest. Exhale, spine rolls slowly. Chest drop, chest lifts, belly drops to cow pose. Inhaling to cat, round. Exhaling to cow. Now add your own organic movement here. You may like rolling back through child's pose and then scooting the torso forward through the hands back up into cow pose. Really letting the backside body lead the motions here. Or your organic movement may be dropping the hips to the left and then slowly making a circle back through child's pose, hips go through the right. And your head is doing a figure 8 in the opposite direction of your hips here. Whatever movements are calling to you this morning to open up all the way from the back of the neck, through the side ribs, the sacrum. And then toes curl under. Let's move this movement through with downward dog. So lifting hips into downward dog, deep bend in the knees, heels are off the ground, fingertips engaged in your mat. Inhale, legs straighten. Exhale to plank pose. Knees drop back into child's pose. Hips move back. Slowly scooting the torso through the hands into cow pose. Toes curl under. Slowly lifting the hips. Fingertips engaged. Knees bent. Big stretch as you move the chin towards the chest and ears between the upper arms, big stretch in the under armpit area. Shifting the weight forward into plank pose, knees drop, hips back into child. One more like this, your own pace. Finding your way to cow pose. Downward dog. And ending in child pose, pausing here. Hands can be stacked, forehead on hands. If child's pose is uncomfortable for you, you could take this posture on your back. But just resting here and feeling even in these first movements of our practice together, how is it settling in your body? Can we let the prana, the life force, the energy travel to our extremities, nourishing us. What is your inner wisdom? What does your inner wisdom have to tell you in this moment? From child's pose, let's come back to hands and knees, and then toes curl under, walking your feet towards the front of your mat. Allowing the knees to bend here and hands to clasp around the elbows, swaying side to side, ragdoll. Chin drops towards the chest. Inhale, rolling the right shoulder back and then the left, slowly rolling shoulders back, coming to standing. Your own time. So from our standing posture here this morning, let's take a little time to roll out the ankles. So maybe rolling out your right foot and ankle, feeling all those toes get involved. Maybe curling the toes under for a big stretch in the top of the right foot, feeling that stretch right up through into the ankle. But again, can you back off on this a little bit here so you're not overdoing it? Feeling the toes wide on the mat, rolling them out again. And then same with the left foot. Circles through the left toes. Left toes curl under, big stretch on the top of the left foot. And let's do the same with our wrists. So wrists circling out with the wrists, first in one direction and the other. Maybe going through each finger here. I'm feeling a lot of us spending a lot of time in front of the computers these days. So stretching out at our wrists, so important. Maybe all fingers gently though, not overdoing it here. And then back the other way. And then through the right hand, first starting at the pinky, moving through each finger, bringing some stretch in. All fingers, feeling that stretch right down through to the elbow. And then through the shoulders, shaking out the shoulders. Let's let our heads drop to our chest. And then chin moves towards the right shoulder, allowing a stretch in the left side of the neck. If you feel any pinching in the right side, this is the closed side of the stretch, back it off. You only want to feel stretch on the open side. Maybe your chin moves back and forth. So ear is moving away from your shoulder and towards your shoulder. Chin moves towards the chest. Left ear towards left shoulder. Adding some movement in here. Adding some breath, maybe that right shoulder does some circling out. We really overlook our necks. Taking the time to take care of your neck and your shoulders here. One more time to each side. Left shoulder can roll out as you're stretching that left side. You may try some big circles with that left arm as you explore movement on the left side of your neck. And chin to chest. Right ear comes, or left ear comes to left shoulder. Circling out with the right shoulder. Those circles might get big and involve your whole arm. as the chin explores here. Great, let's shake that out. And thinking about our third chakra, our energy power center here, we'll bring some forceful breath work right into our energy center. So feet setting up for goddess pose. So in goddess pose, we want our knees basically over our ankles, and feet can be pointed 45-degree angle out to the side. And you want some engagement here, but if you have issues in your low back, this can be a perfect goddess. If you have the room in your low back, dropping your legs so that you're getting more towards 90-degree angle. Arms come out to the side, palms facing each other. We're going to inhale to stand and exhale, arms pulled down towards our torso, feeling our lats engaged here. These lats are going to come in handy in a little while. So inhaling to standing, exhale, add the breath, ha. Inhale, stand, exhale, ha. Really feeling those lats engage, shoulders coming down the back. Inhale, ha. Bringing in that goddess energy, but balancing it with strength. Ha. Ha. No one can hear you if you have your sound turned off. Ha. Cody's going to get excited. Ha. 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 Inhale to stand. Exhale, hands come to your sides. Feet can step in close together. Pause here and notice. Notice your heart beating. How did it go? Balancing strength with feminine energy. And let's shake that out a little bit more with some lymph bounces. So with the lymph bounce, we're just having our heels bounce, toes stay planted, and the whole body responds from that bounce, right? So heels bounce, and then we add the sound. So inhale together, exhale, ha. Shake it out with your arms, let it go. Inhale, ha. So when we add movement and sound, the lymph fluid can move throughout our body. So once more, inhale, ha. Shake it out, and then just pause. You might need to move a little bit. See if you can get your movements to bring you eventually towards stillness. And pausing here in stillness. Allow the monkey mind to sit in your lap for this moment. So often when we rush from one yoga posture to the next, we don't allow our bodies to gain the benefits of that posture. So it's the beautiful thing with a home practice or a Zoom yoga class is you can pause anytime you need to take in the benefits. If something just feels like it's landing in a really sweet way, pause there and feel. We don't let ourselves do that quite enough, do we? Okay, so coming back to the front of your mats, we'll move through some sun salutations here. So when we get to the vinyasa, if you have a vinyasa practice where you move through chaturanga and into a back bend, I invite you to do that. I will guide a more gentle vinyasa flow. So feeling feet on the ground here, toes are planted. You may rock forward and back, feeling your feet balanced between the front and back and rocking from side to side. All four corners of the feet engaged. Nice straight spine, like somebody had a cord pulling from the crown of your head up, releasing any gravitational pull downward on your spine. Shoulders landing gently down the back. No need to clamp down here. On an inhale, knees bend and arms. On an exhale, forward folds. Bend in the knees. Inhale to halfway lift. Hands can come up on the shins. Exhale, hands plant either side of the feet. Left foot steps back. Right foot steps back, plank. Right here in plank, we'll just make sure that we have shoulders over hands, fingers pointing forward, and low ribs pull in towards the pelvis. So we're shortening the distance in the low core there. Inhale, exhale, left leg lifts. And then exhaling again, left leg moves towards the right elbow. Inhale, left leg lifts towards downward dog. Exhale, left leg to left elbow. Inhale, left leg up, downward dog. Inhale, left leg comes to the chest. Inhale, left leg lifts, three-legged dog, releasing the left leg. Knees to the floor, moving back into child's pose. Pausing here in child. Inhale, table position. Toes curl under. Lift into downward dog. Set your foot up so the left leg is in the center of the mat now. Right foot lifts to three-legged dog. Exhale, right knee to left elbow. Inhale to center. Exhale, right knee to right elbow. Inhale, exhale to center. Inhale, right knee to chest. Inhale to center. Exhale, left knee lifts. And moving through your vinyasa here, knees can come down, belly down to the floor, lifting into a low cobra. And then toes curl under, hips lift, downward dog. Taking a few breaths here, allowing your shoulders to land on your back, head between, ears between your upper arms, knees bent. Inhale, left leg lifts, and then steps between the hands. Feet left, right foot points at a 45-degree angle on your mat. As you inhale to warrior two, pose here. And feeling in warrior two here, we want to feel our strong engagement at our core. We don't want to be leaning too far into the future or too far back into the past. So really lining up torso over hips. And let's inhale, exhale, left arm to left knee. Right arm lifts into side angle pose on the left. Really feeling into that right hip. I'm going to spin myself so I'm facing. And let's inhale back into warrior two. Exhale into reverse warrior. And then left leg straightens, moving into your triangle pose here. So if you have a triangle practice with your hand meets the floor, then invite you to go there. But what we're looking for in this triangle is not rolling that right shoulder forward. We really want that right shoulder to be engaged down in the back, and we're feeling a lift here on the left side. These are our left oblique muscles. These are coming handy in a minute. So inhaling to center and hands cartwheel back down. Left leg steps back, plank. moving through your vinyasa. So through a low back bend, toes curl under, into downward dog. Inhale, right foot lifts. Exhale, right foot steps between the hands. Hands cartwheel up into warrior two. Left foot is at an angle, pointing towards the left corner, top corner of your mat. Noticing here that strong engagement of the core. So as you sink lower into the bend in your left leg, making sure that left knee is over, right knee's over right ankle, and strong awareness in the back left foot, the outer edge of the left foot. Inhale, exhale, right hand comes to the knee, left arm overhead, long line of energy from the left outer side of the left foot up through left hip flexor, left shoulder, right through the fingertips. Feeling even here that engagement on the right side. Inhaling back to warrior two. Exhale, reverse warrior. Inhale, warrior two. Right leg straightens. Exhale, triangle pose. Triangle might be very upright here just to really feel this engagement in the right obliques, lifting here. If we go too far down, we lose that connection, but can we lift and really feel that extension towards the sky? Inhaling, warrior two. Exhale, hands cartwheel down to the mat, finding a little bounce in that left foot, maybe taking a few steps to bring the left foot up to the right foot. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Deep bend in the knees as you scoop earth energy up in a big, beautiful handful, allowing that energy to come back down as your hands move to your heart center. Pausing here, allowing yourself to sway or wiggle. Let the energy move. Inhale, hands release. And let's take an exhale, hands are down by the side. And then inhale, hands lift towards the sky. Exhale, hips move back, belly pulls in towards the spine, forward fold, chin releases. Exhale, halfway lift. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, stepping first the left foot back and then the right foot back to plank pose, moving through your vinyasa here. Knees can come down. Torso between the hands, shoulders engage on the back, tops of the feet engage, lifting to your back bend for the morning. Exhale, toes curl under, downward dog. Take 3 full rounds of breath here. Really feeling the breath moving into the back body. Can you bring some spaciousness into your jaw? Can you bring a smile behind your eyes? Relaxing all those muscles of the face. Notice moon energy, sun energy. Where does it show up for you? So we're going to take this in stages now. So shifting forward through plank pose, knees come to the ground. The right foot is going to kick out to the right the right side of your mat, creating a kickstand as the left foot extends, and it brings you into a side posture. I'm going to shift my screen so you can see me a little bit better. So once again, left foot kicks out towards the, right foot kicks out towards the right side of your mat as the left foot extends towards the back of your mat, setting you up for a modified side balancing posture here. You can be on fist if you have problems with your wrist. Just noticing here if this might be as far as you move in this posture. If you feel like you have more to go here, let's come back down into table and lift into plank. And then we'll roll here onto the outer right edge of the right foot. And next bus stop is that left foot moves in front of the right knee. And right away here, we want to feel where the tendency to drop the right hip. And we're lifting here. So this is the second bus stop. If you have more to go here and you practice this posture, that left foot might stack in front of the right, really feeling strong engagement, shoulders landing on the back, and obliques lifting you on the right side. Big inhale here, greeting the sun, greeting the day. Exhale, rolling forward, knees to the floor, either moving back and staying in child's pose or moving through your vinyasa. Coming back into table position. I'm going to spin on my mat. So we can see here. So step one in this variation is left toes now can kick off like a kickstand to the left side as I spin and open my right foot towards the back of the mat, and I'm in a side balancing position here. This may be as far as you want to go today. If you're feeling good here and you want to play with this, you can lift that right leg and practice with balance here on the right side, bending and straightening the leg. There's a lot to do right here. Or if you have more to go on this side, back into table pose, toes curl under, lifting into plank pose, rolling first to the outer edge of the left foot, right foot steps in front of the left knee, right arm lifts. This is bus stop number 2. If this is good for you, really working, feeling the tendency to drop here, lifting through the obliques, calling in strong core energy. Elbows are aligned. You may feel like you can walk that right foot so that it stacks in front of the left, facing the sun, listening to your own moon and sun energy, how to balance here, what works for you. Exhale, right hand back to the mat. Let's all meet in child's pose. Hands can stack one on top of the other, allowing your hips to relax back towards your feet. And from here, we'll move into pigeon pose. So if you know you like to do pigeon with a blanket or support under your hips, you might want to bring that blanket or pillow nearby. So from child's pose, we'll lift up into table, and we'll start by, why don't we move through downward dog, give lots of room in the hips. Left leg lifts towards the sky, And then left knee comes towards the right hand. And I like to just then scoot. I do a lot of adjustment here. I scoot my right foot back. I have my toes curled under until I find a right spot. I also like to take some of the flesh from my calf muscle and roll it towards the front of my mat to give a little more room in my left leg. If you like to use some support here, you can pull it in under the left hip and make that support as high as you want. Who cares, right? Nobody's watching. Taking a moment to find yourself in pigeon pose here on the left side, allowing your breath to settle. You may feel comfortable walking your hands out in front of you here if you have blocks and would like a block or a pillow under your forehead. You can stack the blocks pretty high to support yourself. And for a few moments at the start of pigeon pose, I like to keep my right toes curled under in case I have a little more room to walk that right foot back farther, kind of pulling traction in the right leg. But eventually I want to untuck the right toes and just settle in here. And you feel into areas of real tightness. And can you create space? What does your wisdom tell you how to bring more space into those areas? Is it to back out? Did you go too far? Do you need to back out of this posture? If this does not work in your knees, you can always do figure 4 stretch lying on your back. It's just the reclined version of pigeon pose. Same benefits. Bringing some attention to your jaw muscles, relaxing through your jaw, through your ears, all those muscles behind your temples and your eyes. And inhaling here, we'll slowly lift onto our hands. Right toes can curl back under. And eventually, taking your time, moving back into downward dog. You may want to lift that left leg and give some circles out in your hips, waking that left hip back up after a big stretch. Inhale, right foot lifts towards the sky. Exhale, right knee towards right hand. And scooting back through the left toes until you feel like you've reached just the right spot on the left side body. Pausing in this upright position, noticing if maybe you've gone too far. You want to take the flesh of the calf of the on the right leg and roll it out to create a little more space. And then hands walk out as far as it feels good in your body. You may use your block or pillows here for your forehead. If you don't have anything, you can stack fists and lay your forehead on your fists. Notice if you have room to walk those left toes back a little farther, and then relax everything. Inhaling slowly, bringing your hands under your shoulders, left toes curl under, lifting into downward dog. Right foot lifts, big circles of that right hip. And then taking a moment here for any posture that is calling to you right now to finish out our movement practice. Might be happy baby on your back. It might be lying in Shavasana and staying there. Maybe a bridge pose. Listening in. And then this is an opportunity for you to choose. You have lots of different choices here. It's just about 10. So if you know you need to leave at 10, you could just maybe take 2 minutes of Shavasana and then scoot. If you would like to do some breathing and meditation, just a few minutes of that, invite you to find your way into a comfortable seated position. Maybe keeping a soft gaze in the eyes. Hopefully finding a lift to sit on, something that where you can sit comfortably and have your hips lifted to provide a nice straight spine, long line of energy. And you can keep your eyes closed for this or open, soft gaze, up to you. So I find that doing a breathing practice before moving into meditation really helps my meditation practice. It really helps to quiet my mind. So I really wanted to take an opportunity to share a breath practice that works for me with you all, in case it's something that you would like to try with a meditation practice of your own. So pranayama, or breathing, the yogis use this pranayama breathing techniques to help move prana, or life force, through our body. So they have studied prana and breathing exercises in order to activate our life force. So we are going to focus on a pranayama today that really taps into, we've probably all heard of our 7 chakras, the 7 chakras that line up through our spine. And then pranayama practice really taps into, brings new energy to the chakras and to our nadis. The nadis are energy channels that run on the right and left side of our central channel. They're like rivers. So if you think of the chakras being big cities in our life, in our body system, major cities, the nadis, these 3 main nadi energy channels, are like rivers that feed and nourish the cities. But then we have thousands of smaller energy channels that are like tributaries that feed into the 3 main channels of energy. So all those tributaries come from our extremities. They are like blood vessels. They're bringing and moving energy through our bodies. So sometimes our energy can get really stuck in certain chakras or certain energy channels. So breath practice helps to balance that out so that it's all flowing and moving and supporting our health and well-being, both our physical health, our emotional health, and our mental health. So that's my little pranayama practice invitation. So we're going to do a 9 purification breath this morning, and I'll describe it. First, we'll be breathing in through our left nostril first, and inhaling through our left nostril all the way to the base of our spine, and then exhaling out that left side through the crown of the head. We'll do that 3 times, and then we'll close off our left nostril and we'll inhale through the right nostril. I like to think of the inhale coming through the nostril and up through the sinuses, kind of wraps behind the eye, and then down along the right side of the energy channel, and then up and out through the crown of the head 3 times. And then we release and sit and breathe in through both nostrils and out through the center energy channel. So when we're focusing our breath on the left side, that is the Ida Nadi. Ida is the moon energy, feminine energy of nurturing and joy and love. When we get stuck, maybe if you've noticed that you're breathing primarily just like through one nostril all day long, maybe the other energy channel is stuck. So when we get stuck on the left side, it's depression, guilt, low self-esteem. Then when we breathe through the right side, it's our sun energy, the more masculine, kind of get things done, active, busy, helps us stay really organized. When we get stuck here, it's selfishness, greed, lots of ego energy comes up. So we can see it's a good thing to keep those things balanced because we don't want to get too stuck on one side or the other. So the way that the yogis teach this breath practice is to, so we'll be closing off our right nostril first. So we'll take the thumb of our right hand meets the base of the ring finger, and then we use our index finger to close off the right nostril. If this is uncomfortable, if you're like, I don't like that at all, it's too much, you can just close off your right nostril with your index finger. So we'll start here. Let's just start all taking a deep breath in through both nostrils and exhale through the mouth. And then moving the right index finger to close off the right nostril. We'll take an inhale through the left nostril. Inhale comes behind the eye. Deep inhale to the base of the spine on the left side. Exhale, releasing the breath up from the base of the spine, up through the crown of the head on the left side. And 2 more times like that. Inhaling on the left. Exhaling left through the crown. You might find that you're stuck here and it's okay to release the right nostril. Just bring the intention to be breathing through the left side. When you're complete on the left side, left hand lifts, left thumb comes to the base of the left index finger, closing off the left nostril with the left index finger, inhaling through the right nostril to the base of the spine, exhaling all the way out through the crown of the head. Inhaling again through the right, allowing breath to come in through the left nostril if you're stuck on the right side here. At your own pace. 1 more time, inhaling right. Exhale through the crown. Left hand releases, And now inhaling through both right and left nostrils, Ida and Pingala nadis, to the base of the spine. Exhaling up Sushumna Nadi, the central energy channel that balances the moon and sun energy. Inhaling both sides, exhaling, balancing masculine and feminine. Last time, inhaling, exhale, up through the center, through the crown of the head. And we'll just sit here now, just for a few minutes, no more than 3 minutes, in silence. Welcome your monkey mind. You may bring your attention to your breath coming in both nostrils, feeling the coolness of the breath as it enters your sinuses, and the warmth of your breath as it leaves your nose. Allow thoughts to pass through like clouds in the sky. And let these words from Kaveri Patel wash over you. The old truth made you run 1,000 miles inside an arid desert, desperate for an oasis. Sit and close your eyes. Inhale the breeze of kindness. Exhale the toxic judgments dehydrating you like a prune. Feel the pain of old patterns trapped in tense muscles. It's okay to cry, to taste the salt of possibility. Just be, just breathe. Let waves break against you, the silence returning you to a new and deeper truth. Allowing your hands to come to prayer position, Anjali Mudra at your heart center, bowing your chin to your chest, acknowledging your deep, wise heart, inviting it forward to support you whenever you need it. The light within me honors the light within each of you. Namaste. So if you want to